I had always been Alina's biggest supporter, through every late night, every risk, every step into the unknown. When she decided to launch her own fashion business, I didn't hesitate. I stepped back from my own job and became her backbone. Not officially, not with any fancy title, but I was the one behind the curtains, organizing her meetings, handling the finances, coordinating with clients, and making sure the chaos of entrepreneurship never touched her directly. It wasn't about ego or recognition. I believed in her. I believed in us. I thought we were building something together, side by side. Over time, her brand took off. What started in a cramped home office became a rising name in the fashion world. She started getting invites to high-profile events, industry galas, influencer meetups, international fashion weeks. She flourished in the spotlight, and I was always there just out of frame, making sure the light stayed on her. I never complained. Not once. Watching her succeed was enough for me. Then came the gala, the night that changed everything. It was one of those glittering events where everyone in the room had a last name that opened doors, and every handshake had a price tag. Alina had been invited to accept an award for Breakthrough Entrepreneur of the Year. She told me she couldn't go without me. She needed me there. I dressed in my best suit, simple classic, the same one I'd worn for years. She stepped out in a gown that could have paid 3 months of our rent back when we were struggling. She looked stunning, and I was proud of her, proud of what she had built, proud to be the man who stood behind her. At the gala, she mingled with elegance, laughter, air kisses, cameras flashing. I trailed behind, quiet but alert, carrying her clutch, whispering names of VIPs in her ear, managing small details so she could stay flawless. I was invisible by design. Then it happened. A wealthy investor walked up, flashing that polished charm you only see in boardrooms and private clubs. He looked at me and asked, "And who's this gentleman?" Alina didn't even blink. "Oh, that's just my secretary," she said with a laugh, like it was the most natural thing in the world. I froze. Time didn't stop, but it sure felt like it. Just my secretary. That was it. That was who I'd become in her eyes. Not her husband, not her partner, not even her friend. Just a secretary, a silent fixture she could tuck away until needed. The man gave a polite chuckle and moved on. Alina didn't even glance at me. She went right back to work in the room, sipping champagne and dazzling everyone around her. Meanwhile, I stood there in the middle of that glamorous chaos, feeling like a ghost. I didn't say anything the rest of the night. I didn't cause a scene. But inside, something snapped. Not out of pride. This wasn't about titles or status. It was about being seen, about the years I had poured into her dream, only to be erased with a single word. Then came her speech. She was glowing, camera lights dancing off her gown as she took the stage to accept her award. She smiled, thanked the usual names, and then gestured to me. "I couldn't have done this without my amazing secretary," she said into the mic, beaming like it was a compliment. That was it. That was all I could take. I walked up slow and steady. The applause was loud. But inside, I heard nothing but the ringing silence of those 2 words echoing in my mind. I took the trophy from her hands. Then I leaned into the mic and said, clear and calm, "I resign." Gasps rippled through the room like a wave. Her smile fell. Her eyes widened. The crowd froze in collective shock. I handed the mic back to her, without another word, and walked off the stage. No anger, no drama, just the quiet finality of a man who had reached his limit. At home, I packed my things. I didn't even take everything, just the essentials. I wasn't leaving in rage. I was leaving because the man she had introduced that night wasn't me. I had spent years giving her everything, my time, my skills, my heart. And in one sentence, she reduced me to an assistant with no name. It wasn't about pride. It was about dignity, respect. Within days, someone uploaded a video of the moment. It went viral. The internet exploded. People debated, took sides. Some defended her, saying it was a nervous joke. But most stood by me. They said I deserved better. For the first time, I believed it too. Alina reached out over and over. Calls, messages, She even showed up at my parents' place, crying, saying it was all a misunderstanding, that she panicked, that she was trying to be funny. But deep down, I knew it wasn't a slip of the tongue. It was a glimpse of the truth, how she really saw me. I didn't go back. Instead, I started something of my own, a small consulting business. Quiet, humble mine. I began helping others the way I had helped her, this time with my name on the door. Slowly, piece by piece, I rebuilt my life. Not as someone's shadow, not as a supporting role, but as myself. And now, when I think back to that night, I don't feel bitterness. I feel relief. Because in those 2 words, I resign, I didn't just walk away from her. I walked back to myself.